There once was a maiden who lived in the valley, graceful and slender with long auburn hair. Blue eyes that flashed like the magic around her. She faded to the light like she never was there.
Well, Australian country music is a little eclectic. It comes from all forms, whether it's bluegrass or Celtic, whatever you like. And I tell you what, Jed Zarb's brand new single, I reckon, pinches a bit from all of it. It's called Stay for a While, and I'm pleased to say that Jed Zarb's joining us for a little while right now. Jed, this is a really good sounding country song.
Oh, thanks. I really appreciate that. I thought it might be a little bit off the mainstream as far as Australian country goes, but I felt that, it had that little Celtic feel, reminiscent of the early roots of Australian music.
I think that actually connects with a lot of people is because we did have that, the things like the Wild Colonial Boy and those sort of things that were very Australian. You've tapped into that. Maybe that's the Home in the Blue Mountains that does it.
Yeah, that I think it's inspired it for sure, and I also think that things like Wild Colonial Boy, I was singing in Year 3 with Mrs. Buckley at the pianos. It's in my DNA, that Australiana style music. I watched the series Rush, when I was a young fella too, and that had a bit of influence on me.
Now, you co-wrote this with Warren H. Williams and Dylan Burrows. Tell us a bit about that.
Okay, so Dylan's my son. He came to me on Christmas Eve 2019. He's a guitar player, and he said, "Dad, I've got this riff. It's really cool." And I said, "Oh, show me." And he played this, what is now the melody of Stay for a While's chorus, pretty much. It was this 3/4 thing, and it just felt really, really magical, like you're in a magic forest or Alice in Wonderland or something. It just kind of put me in that zone, and it was only minutes that the words for the chorus just flowed out of me, and then the verses flowed soon after, and in about 10 minutes flat we had all the lyrics to that song. And then I put it back in the guitar case because it was, around midnight on Christmas Eve, and had to get up early and do Christmas and the whole thing. And it stayed in my guitar case without too much melody until I turned up at Tamworth 2020, and I was hanging out with me mate Warren. I sat down and I pulled it out, put it on the coffee table, and just started noodling with it. And Warren goes, "Oh, what's this? And I showed him what I had, and he goes, "Oh, give it here." In true Warren H. Williams form, a great songwriter, he just put this beautiful chord progression and melody to the verses, and then created the bridge and chord progression, and that took him a few minutes, and all of a sudden we had this wonderful three-way co-written song.
What a great story. Sometimes the best songs and the stories just come together like that. Is this the first time that your son Dylan has come to you with music?
No, he comes to me with a million riffs all of the time. He just loves playing guitar and loves making up little melodies. He doesn't sing. He loves making up melodies on the guitar. A lot of them are rock orientated, but this one just, for some reason, this one just grabbed me. It just threw me right into a headspace that inspired all those lyrics to just flow.
Is it easy for music to move you, or is it something that takes a little while?
I get very moved by music. So moved, in fact, I have to be careful what I listen to. Same with movies. I have to be careful. I watch Forrest Gump. It'll make me depressed for days and make me cry and make me, I just get really emotionally affected by movies and music. So, I get really uplifted by really good music, and I listen to a lot of good songs. Mainly things like John Denver have really touched my heart and my soul, with the songwriting and that style of music. But then guys like John Williamson, Sarah Storer, Paul Kelly, I think I get vibed out of good storytelling and good stories.
So can that transcend to your songwriting? So you're having a melancholy day. Does that mean that Jed Zarb's next song's going to be that way inclined?
It could possibly be. I try and avoid a bit of songwriting when I'm too melancholy. But, life is really good for me at the moment. The last few years have been really good. I'm in a really good place, happy place, good relationship, a lot of gigs before COVID, and just really feeling, I think I had that heart attack and I had a new lease on life. I'm feeling quite positive. I don't think there's going to be too many melancholy songs coming out of me.
And always just the right amount of hillbilly cider thrown in and a taster, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. Got to keep the hillbilly element to everything I'm doing.
What does the rest of 2020 look like for Jed Zarb?
I thought that my album would be sort of ready in the first quarter next year, but because of the COVID lockdown thing, I've been very, very busy in my studio. and I could possibly have an album out by September or October in the springtime. So I'm spending hundreds of hours in the studio at the moment because there's not a lot else to do, really getting on top of that. So I'm hoping that I can have a little album launch up at the Hillbilly Cider Shed later on in spring.
Well, that sounds like the place to be this spring. If everything looks like it's going ahead, we might catch you in Tamworth next year.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if Tamworth happens, I'll definitely be there.
Have a look out for this song, folks. It's called Stay For A While. It is a really good listen. Jed Zarb at his best putting out this music. Good on you, mate. We will catch up soon.
Rocking me, rolling me, taking me under, pushing me, pulling me, making me smile, holding me, kissing me, lightning and thunder. You'd come and go, won't you stay for a while?